Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see the number 4 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the number 1 team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. Coming out with it is Graham. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Give to the running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking downfield, it's Sayin. Fires to the wideout. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
And that's why these guys played defense. If that were an offensive player or receiver, that would have easily have been a catch. Come on, man. You got to catch that and make that a pick.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Here comes the heat. Rolling, throwing, looking right. He's got it on the outside. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
To the air on first down. He's going to let it go. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
Motion from the back. Wants to keep it in the air. Quick completion on the out route.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
The Buckeyes come to the line needing just inches for the first down. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Grabbed behind the line, it's Tate. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go?
42 Spider.
Looking to throw, it's Sayin. Throws to the wideout. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
First quarter, first drive, first strike delivered, and it's the defense that comes up with the big play. Talking to the defense. He felt really good about his pass defense, and he wasn't lying. Interception on the first drive, great possession.
This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Quickly out to the tight end. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And what a job by the defense. Seeing the quarterback throw the football, break on the football, no space allowed. As soon as he catches it, defender meet ball carrier and gets him on the ground.
Back to pass on second down. Unloads to the wideout. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Catch in the middle. It's Thomas. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
Well, after getting that takeaway, this offense is needing some points, and that's a big completion there on third down. Good job reading the coverage. The offense is going to stay on the field. They want to keep this momentum going, and that...
There he goes. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Holds and fires complete to the right. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
So difficult because my eyes tell me he's a defensive guy. He's handing it off. The offensive line's block and run. I got to go get it. Quarterback pulls it, throws it to the right. It's kind of like that hidden hat game. Like, where's the ball? I'm always trying to find that tight end there.
Trying to pound it in. Touchdown, Georgia! Great job by the back on the option. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one.
That makes the score Georgia 7, Ohio State 0.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside the 15. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Sends it back in motion. To the air, it's Sayin. Tight end finds a soft spot. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
A nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Oh, they're after him. Found a little bit of room there to get it up to the 30 before going out of bounds. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. They'll try to run for it. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43. And the Buckeyes headed quickly to the line.
And after giving up the long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
Off play action on 1st down. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Gets the first himself. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big 3rd down conversion by this offense.
Unleashes one. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
We know this guy's a weapon, not just taking handoffs, but he can catch the ball too. That play, not so much. Got to do a better job reeling it in.
To the air, it's Sayin. Pocket breaking down. Intercepted. A 1st half turnover can swing momentum. He'll try to take it back. He's at the tip, and he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14.
That makes the score Georgia 14, Ohio State 0.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Fielded in the end zone. It's Graham. I guess it could have been worse on that return. He goes out of bounds at the 15. Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something.
And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18.
And that guy is just a man. I mean, he sets the tone in this defense, and you saw it on that play right there. Reminds me a lot of the guy standing beside me, David Pollock, who really set the bar for great D-line play at Georgia. I think back to 2 guys I played against, Richard Seymour and Marcus Stroud, lining up beside each other on the inside of that D-line. That was an absolute nightmare to go up against.
They've been completely lethargic in this first half, but finally some signs of life.
And we've seen it, Reese, throughout time, throughout college football history. You get that one big play, momentum starts to come in, and I don't know what it is. It changes everything. Maybe that's the play they needed to finally get some points on the scoreboard before the half.
Got it in the middle, it's Jackson. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
Well, you've seen the last 2 plays now. This guy's versatility. You've seen why he might be playing on Sundays in the not-too-distant future. This guy can catch the ball. He's a big part of their passing game, and he's a weapon and a guy that this defense has got to be ready for.
The Buckeyes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. To the air, it's Sayin. The screen, and watch out. Breaks into the open. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Here's the pressure.
Quarterback with the carry. Big loss on the play. Second down coming up.
The Buckeyes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
3rd down, they got to get it to Neptune. He'll have to launch a rocket. Good route on the comeback, and he makes the catch.
I mean, the great news is you just came up with a huge completion on 3rd down, but the bad news is you're still miles away from picking up this first because of how poor you were 1st and 2nd down. Moving forward in this game, the offense has got to do a better job early in the drive to at least give them a chance to have some success.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Fires to the wideout. He's open on the right. And he'll be stopped short, or maybe he stopped himself short.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that 1st down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
Trips left, 1 wide receiver to the right on 2nd and 9. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. Back to throw, it's Stockton. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the 1st down.
Well, they execute the end route. How about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Georgia lining up to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. What a terrible, terrible shame. And he will boom that punt out of bounds. No chance for a return. Let's see where the officials spot it. And the Buckeyes will kick it off to start the second half. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, but he found a couple of cracks in that cover team and gets it out to the 43. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Caught in the backfield, it's Bell. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really good defense. You You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Quick completion to the right. Turning it on. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
They'll go to the ground. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Tried to pound it on 1st down, now back to the line. Looking for space, it's Frazier. Open space in the 25. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. Hand off from the shotgun. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Dogs!
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And it was punctuated by an 11-yard run for the score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to wait. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're in the late in the 3rd quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive, and they've got to throw the ball if they want a chance to win this game. But the defense knows it. It's going to be really hard for this quarterback now. The windows are going to be small like it was that time.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And if this offense wants to get back in the football game, it starts up front. Like, they've got to do a better job of protecting their quarterback. A 3rd down and long situation coming up. They'll have another opportunity. They got to keep their quarterback upright.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Throws to the wideout. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
This is a long 4th down try, but the offense stays on the field. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Can't hook up on the long throw, and 4th down goes by the boards for this offense.
There's not many play calls on the sheet to score a bunch of points really quickly, so you got to go for it here. I like the aggressiveness, but this offense continues to miss the mark, and They just got to score more points. They got to do better. Right, Palmer? That's expert analysis. They got to do better.
Rides the back on the option, the give. And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you are.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
You want to bring in your tight ends? You want to bring in more beef for that offensive line? I'm going to bring in more beef. Nice job by the defense understanding the situation. Red zone, field shrinks. I need more bigger personnel on the field, some big guys that can stop the run. Played the run well. Great job by the defense understanding the situation.
Pulls and fires complete. And they'll get him down inside the 5, but this offense powering toward a score. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. And this will be a short one from about 21 yards out. It's good. And now the lead is even bigger.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Trying play action. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Man, this defense has played so well, and this offense, they've struggled. They haven't executed greatly. They're going to have to do it against a really good defense who continues to apply pressure. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback a little better.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. It falls incomplete and will change ends of the field to get things started back up. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top.